Welcome to this video in which we will see about the beta oxidation of fatty acids. First, we will see what are fatty acids. Fatty acids are long chain carboxylic acids. The functional group in fatty acids is same as that of carboxylic acid, that is C double bond OH. The general length of fatty acid, it ranges from C12 to C16 to C18. The fatty acids, they are formed after hydrolysis of lipid molecules. Triglycerides or triglycerides, they contain 3 fatty acids attached to the glycerol molecule. Phospholipids, they contain 2 fatty acids attached to glycerol molecule, 1 phosphate head and 1 alcohol present in it. So when phospholipids are hydrolyzed, 2 fatty acids are released. When triglycerides are hydrolyzed, 3 fatty acids are released. So after release of these fatty acids, what happens in the process of degradation? So fatty acids, they undergo beta oxidation process. So as we had seen, the fatty acids, they are nothing but long chain carboxylic acids. So why the name given is beta oxidation? The functional carbon atom in fatty acids is C double bond OH. The carbon atom next to it is alpha carbon atom, and the carbon atom neighboring to it is called as beta carbon atom. So the oxidation takes place at beta position, and that's why the process is called as beta oxidation of fatty acids. Now we will take a simple example, palmitoyl-CoA, which contains 16 carbon atom. Fatty acids, they are of two types, saturated and unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated are the simple one containing only single bonds. Unsaturated fatty acid, they contain double or triple bonds also. So we will take a simple example of saturated fatty acid for understanding the beta oxidation process. The fatty acids need to be activated by attachment of coenzyme ASH to it, so which lead to formation of fatty acyl CoA. This process requires energy of ATP hydrolysis. So here the fatty acid CoA is palmitoyl-CoA, which contains 16 carbon atoms. So there are 4 steps which repeats again and again for the beta oxidation of complete fatty acids. We'll see those 4 steps first. The first step is removal of hydrogen, and it is carried out by acyl CoA dehydrogenase. Acyl is nothing but any long chain group, and since coenzyme ASH is attached, so this name of the enzyme substrate is acyl CoA, and the process which is carried out is dehydrogenase, and that's why the name of the enzyme is acyl CoA dehydrogenase. The coenzyme which is helping this particular enzyme is FAD. The hydrogen which is removed, that is attached to FAD, and it gets converted into FADH2. The molecule which is formed is trans delta 2 enoyl CoA. Now there are 2 conformations of fatty acids which are possible, geometric conformations. Generally in naturally occurring fatty acids you will get cis conformation, but only in the degradation process you get a trans conformation formation. So in cis geometric conformation, larger groups are present on the same side of double bond, and smaller groups, they are present on the same side. In trans, they are present opposite. So here you can see the double bond is formed between alpha and beta carbon atom, and hydrogen atoms are removed, one from alpha and one from beta carbon atom, and that's why the product form is trans delta 2 enoyl CoA. The next step of beta oxidation is addition of water molecule. It is carried out by enoyl CoA hydratase enzyme, and the water molecule splits as H and OH. The OH part of the water molecule is attached to the beta carbon atom, and H is attached to the alpha carbon atom. So the product which is formed is beta hydroxyacyl CoA, since the OH group is attached to the beta position. The next step is again a dehydrogenase, but here the coenzyme which is acting is NAD, and it gets converted into NADH plus H plus. So in this reaction, 2 hydrogen atoms are removed from beta carbon atom, and it leads to formation of carbonyl carbon atom at the beta position. The structure which is formed is called as beta keto acyl CoA. Since keto group is present, C double bond O, the name of the molecule is beta keto acyl CoA. The next step is addition of coenzyme ASH, and it is done by acyl CoA acetyl transferase. So when this coenzyme ASH attacks the bond between alpha and beta carbon atom, acetyl CoA molecule is removed, and the fatty acid which remains, it is less by 2 number of carbon atoms. So from palmitoyl CoA you get formation of fatty acid which is having 14 carbon atoms at the end, and one acetyl CoA is removed. So this is a one round of beta oxidation in which one acetyl CoA is formed, one FADH2 is formed, and one NADH plus H plus is formed, and the fatty acid chain is reduced by 2 carbon atoms, and you get formation of myristoyl CoA from palmitoyl CoA. So palmitoyl CoA contains 16 carbon atom. So the total number of acetyl CoA which can be formed from this particular fatty acid is 8. So 8 acetyl CoA molecules will be formed, and the 7 cycles of beta oxidation will take place. So how to find out the number of cycles? It is total number of carbon atoms present divided by 2. That much is the number of acetyl CoA which will be formed, minus 1 will be the number of beta oxidation cycles. So for fatty acids containing 16 carbon atoms, 8 acetyl CoA will be formed, and the beta oxidation rounds which will occur is 7. So in each round you can see that one acetyl CoA is formed, one FADH2 is formed, and one NADH is formed. What happens with acetyl CoA? Acetyl CoA enters in TCA cycle, and from that ATP molecules can be synthesized. NADH, FADH2 enters in electron transport chain, and ATP molecules can be synthesized. So total number of, if you want to find out the energetics, the total number of ATP molecules which can be synthesized from beta oxidation of palmitic acid is 106 ATP molecules after hydrolysis of acetyl CoA and use of NADH and FAD in electron transport chain. So beta oxidation is a process which yields large amount of ATP molecules. So in summary, we can say that beta oxidation is the degradation process of fatty acids which lead to release of energy and synthesis of large amount of ATP molecules. This process takes place in the matrix of mitochondria. Thank you.